Hello, my name is Mrs. Cameron. I am your designated instructor for KNH 101 this summer. We're starting up in May and ending at the end of June. I am a registered dietitian and I have my master's from University of Pittsburgh, undergrad from Cornell University, and here we are together to discuss what kind of foods affect you. What is the best way to eat? What are the best ways to shop to meet your needs? So some of the things we'll be looking at is we're going to review the dietary recommendations. So the dietary guidelines you may not even be aware of, but they're set every 5 years by the government to establish ways that could be the most healthy for each of us. And then we'll look at our actual food intake and compare it to what these recommendations are. We will look at the current dietary reference intakes. That's like the RDAs, if you've ever heard of that. Like, what is the optimal amount of every nutrient that we should be eating? We'll look at the macronutrients. These are the nutrients that provide energy, that is protein, fat, and carbohydrate. And we'll look at the percent of our calories that come from each of these and how that breaks down. Then we'll look at some healthful food choices for these, like which kind of fats are the best. Should we have omega-3, omega-6? Do we need is cholesterol bad? We'll look at the different fats, and then we'll also look at labels, how to read a nutrition label. They're pretty complicated to get the detail and how to read the ingredients. And then we'll also demonstrate how to choose healthy foods when we shop. So basically, nutrition is a personal topic. We all are pretty good at nutrition. We know what we like and don't like. We know what makes us feel good at certain times. We know we sometimes have to live in a budget, so what we can eat sometimes is dictated by the money we have. So these are just some of us have ideas about sustainability. We want to only eat things that are grown locally. Some of us are vegetarian, are concerned about the effect of animals and the ozone. So there's lots of reasons we choose what we do to eat. Nutrition is also interesting because it's interdisciplinary. In other words, it ties in so many different aspects. So nutrition is just the science of how our body digests food is important, but it's affected by technologies. Like many of you might have FitDay. You might keep track of your calories throughout the day. It's affected by your culture and what your culture and your family do, special events, special foods for special events. So there's a lot of things that tie into what we do eat. In this course, there's 6 lessons, one for each week. Each lesson will have some readings and videos since there's no textbook. It's all online. And then each lesson also has a response, which is based on the reading. So it's a multiple choice questions that are open book but timed. So you have a limited time to do them. And each lesson will have some written assignments, some that will be discussions, some which are peer reviewed. And lastly, we are doing a personal project, which is looking at your 7-day food intake and analyzing it for its nutritional value. So some of the personal projects then with that 7-day diary is we're going to look at it with a super tracker, which is a USDA data base, which actually is closing at the end of May. So we have to quickly do that report before the program closes down. We'll look at food groups and how your food fits into the food groups, what your key nutrients are, if you fit the healthy pattern of eating, and then you'll have a final reflection. So that's kind of an ongoing personal project throughout this class. And then the assignments will include topics such as nutrient density, discussion about why we eat what we eat, the label reading we talked about, and what added sugars means. That's going to soon be added to the label. There's always discussion about protein and how much of that do we need. Which fats are the healthiest? Should we have coconut oil? Should we be eating butter? Should we be eating omega-3 fish oil pills? There's another assignment on alcohol risk, and the last one on thrifty food plan and how to shop in a budget. So those are some of the assignments, and basically you can email me anytime with your questions. You're welcome to read up on these additional topics, share them with your family, and basically, we'll have a good time until the end of June. We'll see you soon.